I looked it up because it's just in this day and age, it's not 5 years for each season. This debuted in the middle of the summer of 2016. This has been around for almost a decade.
No, it's
man.
10 years or 8 years of my life.
Right.
10 years of mostly
Existence.
everybody else's.
Yeah, exactly right.
It's crazy.
Did you how was this presented to you? Just hey, there's a script, there's a character, there's a role. Like what was it like when Stranger Things first wound up on your doorstep?
I remember I was shooting a film, Lemon, that I co-wrote with Janixa Bravo, and then that I starred in, and we were filming that, and then Martin Starr, who was he was like, you got to check out. I remember seeing like billboards. I'm like, what's that? And then Martin Starr was like, there's this show, Stranger Things. It's on Netflix. It's amazing. It's insane. It's incredible. And then I watched it that weekend and I binged it. I was like, it blew my mind. And I called my agent and I was like, I have to
So you sought it out, huh?
Yeah. I mean, at that time it was like, I still wasn't in the place of what season 2 of Fleabag and Stranger Things put me in.
Right, sure.
It put me put me a little bit up the ladder. So then that was just my agent calling the casting director, hey, can you bring in Brett Gelman to read for this? And he got me the audition, and I auditioned, and I remember walking in there, and it was a murky little scene. It didn't present any information. It was, I think they said he's a conspiracy theorist.
Okay.
That was it.
Which tracks.
Yeah. And so it was it was sort of a monologue scene, and it seemed like he was paranoid. And
was it something that actually wound up in an episode?
No.
Okay. So
no. Okay. And I don't even remember exactly what it was, but it was never in an episode.
All right.
And then I did I did it. And I remember being in the waiting room and seeing this guy who was this actor who was really into it with a hoodie up, over his head. And I was like, oh, that guy's going to get it. That guy, because he's a great actor. I knew him. I was like, I know him. He's he's going to get it. And then I walked in, I did my thing, and then I got it. And I don't think he was supposed to become what he was, but so I'm, you
mean your character is what you're saying. Okay.
Yeah, I don't think he was supposed to continue on in the way that I have.
Right.
And but the Duffer Brothers.
I was about to say, when you put yourself in the hands of some top-notch producers and writers with vision, and they know where something can go, then obviously your character can go in a different direction than the one that you're trying out for.
Yeah.
Cool,
I remember when I met Matt and Ross, I was like, he's you're Richard Dreyfuss, right? In Jaws, he's
I would go Close Encounters.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, because
sort of that too. Yeah.
And we all know the Spielberg influence behind this show, and how famously Spielberg wrote the brothers who created this thing. Hey, I see what you're doing. I see how you're tipping a cap to E.T. and things like that. Where I guess what he commented that the nighttime scenes were more blue in the sky than dark. Yeah. Just like what he used to do back in the day for these types
they bring that in they have their own take on but are certainly incredibly influenced by him, by John Carpenter, by James Cameron, by Robert Zemeckis, these types of filmmakers. And obviously Stephen King, and so yeah, I mean, then I sort of was like, oh, he's kind of he's Richard Dreyfuss, but he's also a little Gene Wilder. He's a little John Candy, and it started to feel as it went on, it felt great. I remember in season 3, I was like, so what's the inspo with my storyline in this season? And they're like, I don't know, Spies Like Us.
Doctor.
It did feel a little bit like that when David and I would be in the golf cart going through the base. and I was and it was cool because it was some of my biggest influences are the SNL movie stars and SNL adjacent movie stars of the 80s. So it was like, oh, well, that's what I can bring to it. In my influence too is Aykroyd, Chevy, Bill Murray, John Candy,
sure,
Steve Martin, these people.
I love it. Brett Gelman here on the Rich Eisen Show. So obviously, I'm not going to ask you to reveal anything. And you did say while we were watching the trailer that everybody's minds are going to be blown by the fifth and final season. So, what is the strangest thing of Stranger Things that you've ever done? What is the strangest thing
of past? I'll say of past seasons. The strangest. Sure. I mean, it had to be that karate fight. Was just like, it was something that I never thought that I not that I would ever be required to do, because I got big dreams and big aspirations always. Got to shoot for the moon, baby.
You have range, Brett.
Absolutely. I'm classically trained. I am multi-trained in many schools.
Indeed.
And they were like, yeah, you're going to have a karate fight. And I trained for like 3 months, 4 days a week with Taekwondo masters, Simon Rhee and his brother Philip Rhee, who would say, Master Rhee would say, you call me master. Oh. And he's like, you know why I tell you that? Because this is a very aggressive art form I'm teaching you. Oh. And that balances you so that you don't become a violent a-hole. He didn't say that. He was much more eloquent. And yeah, so that was, and then it was cool to show up, and the stunt guys, they're so amazing. And they see me walking in. They see any actor, they're probably like, okay, let's see what we're going to have to cover up here and all. And I was very prepared, and they were really happy. And then it was just doing this karate fight on stage in this set plane. But also shooting in Lithuania was completely insane during COVID.
That's like pretty strange.
Being in Lithuania in the dead of winter during the pandemic, very strange.
Makes you question your future on planet Earth.
Just everything gray. Definitely a recipe for a nervous breakdown.
But we're good. We're good.
We got through it.
We did.
And, nobody was hurt. So that's a good thing.
Brett Gelman here on the Rich Eisen Show. Again, Stranger Things premieres the fifth and final season later this month, November 26th at 8 Eastern Time. And that's 4 episodes with 4 more to go, split up between Volume 2, with 3 episodes on Christmas and then the finale on New Year's Eve. Hey, you made it all the way to the end. Thanks for that. Check us out every single day streaming live on Disney Plus and the ESPN app, 12 to 3 Eastern.